Coming up on Mountain News this morning, people across the country are still digging out after a massive storm dumped on more than 12 inches of snow in some places over the weekend. And U.S. forces will conduct a multi-day air exercise in the Middle East as the U.S. bolsters its military presence in the region.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Wednesday, January 28th. The time is now 6 a.m. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I can't believe the temperature is supposed to be 15 degrees on Saturday.
Yeah, high end. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, when you look at the current temperatures this morning, that's going to be the warmest it gets on Saturday for a lot of folks. So it's definitely going to be chilly. So let's break that down for you as you're starting off your day. Temperatures right now about 14 degrees in Hazard, 18 in Whitesburg, 19 in Pikeville. It's basically just a really cold day, very similar to what we've seen so far this week and we'll continue to see as you're heading into tomorrow. But for this afternoon, we can expect a mixture of the 20s and low 30s. And wind chill will definitely be on the higher end today, so those feels like temperatures will be colder than, that forecast. Here's a look at what we're seeing on satellite and radar, though. A little bit of some flurries still hanging around, especially for our northeastern counties. Starting to clear itself out, though, with a little bit of some clouds here and there. Altogether, though, very calm start to the day. So here's what you need to know. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies are in the forecast for your Wednesday. Very cold temperatures, though, all day long. McKinley.
Thank you, Megan. During this cold time, Kentucky State Police are looking for a missing person out of Harlan County. Here is a picture of 70-year-old James Garfield Grubbs. Troopers say he was last seen in the Bobs Creek area near Kaywood on Sunday. They say he was wearing a light jacket with jogging pants and a t-shirt. If you have information, call the Harlan KSP post at 606-573-3131. We are learning more about the 72-year-old Whitley County woman who died during this past weekend's winter storm. Governor Beshear shared an update yesterday. We are told Betty Veach died from both hypothermia and a significant fall. Her son says she suffered from dementia and was found lying near train tracks close to her home. Meanwhile, the governor gave an update on the roads throughout Kentucky. He says since Friday, crews have plowed more than 670,000 miles across Kentucky. Leaders are still encouraging everyone to stay inside if you don't have to go anywhere.
Folks need to stay indoors as much as possible and limit outdoor exposure. Even 10 to 30 minutes outside could cause frostbite or hypothermia. We also need Kentuckians to make sure they're bringing their pets inside. This cold is dangerous for them as well.
The governor says Kentucky State Police responded to more than 6,000 calls for service since the winter storm began. And a second person has died as a result of winter weather in Kentucky. The Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet says Marvin Knuckles, an inmate at Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex, was among a crew of inmates removing snow and ice debris from the facility grounds. Officials say Knuckles fell and sustained a serious head injury. He was taken to the Appalachian Regional Hospital in West Liberty, where he later died. Nearly 3,000 people in Woodford County lost power yesterday morning. Kentucky Utilities says a transformer at a substation was damaged and the cause could be the weather. Crews restored power to most customers, but several hundred still remain in the dark. One woman knew how she had to act quickly after her mother's power went off. Judy Hogg is caring for her during the cold spell. Her proactive thinking kept her mother safe and warm.
I have portable generator and then also have other power sources, so we could stay here for a good 24 hours without even worrying about it.
At last, around 15,000 customers were still without power in Kentucky. And here is one photo that was submitted from a viewer out of Breathitt County. He received snow and ice along with Railroad Street in the Jackson area. We appreciate all the pictures and videos. In hard-hit Nashville, Tennessee, tree limbs crusted in ice are still snapping. State troopers are going door to door, checking in on people living without power. The storm has contributed to more than 36 deaths across the country. About an hour northwest of Dallas, Texas, 3 boys drowned Monday after falling into a frozen pond.
I tried to fight for my kids' life, where I had to watch them struggle and drown, and I couldn't help them.
In some parts of the South, officials are warning it could take a week or more to restore power. U.S. forces will conduct a multi-day air exercise in the Middle East as the U.S. bolsters its military presence in the region amid tensions with Iran. That's according to U.S. Central Command in a post on X. The announcement comes after President Donald Trump threatened possible military action against the regime over a brutal crackdown against anti-government protests. The U.S.-based human rights activist news agency says more than 5,800 protesters have been killed since demonstrations started late last month. Salesforce has won a $5.5 billion contract to update the Army's technology and practices. As part of the agreement, the cloud software provider will make its technology, including a version of Slack, available to the military. The 10-year contract will allow the Pentagon to shorten procurement times from months to days. Buying modern commercial software is a top Pentagon priority for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. And a man faces possible assault charges this morning after he attacked Minnesota Congressman Ilhan Omar with an unknown substance. The incident happened after Omar called for federal immigration agents to leave Minneapolis at a town hall there. It comes as CBS News is learning new details surrounding the death of Alex Preddy, the second U.S. citizen to be shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis in 3 weeks. President Trump is now calling it a, quote, very unfortunate incident. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
At a town hall Tuesday night,
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign.
Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar sprayed by a heckler with an unknown substance. The man, identified as 55-year-old Anthony Kazmierczak, tackled immediately and arrested. The Congresswoman continued on.
We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us.
It's the latest incident in a city on edge after a second U.S. citizen, 37-year-old Alex Preddy, was shot and killed by federal agents Saturday. A memo sent to Congress by U.S. Customs and Border Protection confirms what's heard on the recordings, that an officer yelled, "He's got a gun," multiple times before 2 agents shot at Preddy. No mention of Preddy brandishing his gun, as Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem claimed earlier.
Wishing to inflict harm on these officers coming brandishing like that.
We view that as a very unfortunate incident.
President Trump says he's waiting on the investigation, but criticized Preddy's having the firearm.
I don't like that he had a gun.
Putting him at odds with gun rights groups like the NRA. On Capitol Hill, Noem under bipartisan scrutiny.
She shouldn't be there.
We would be better served with new leadership at that department.
While Trump is publicly supporting Noem, he's sent border czar Tom Homan to be on the ground in Minnesota as he tries to, quote, de-escalate a little bit. Jared Hill, CBS News.
We're watching a little bit of a flurry chance as you're heading out this morning, mostly for our West Virginia counties, but it's starting to clear itself out. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies will be that forecast for you as we're heading throughout the rest of your daytime hours. Here's a look at temperatures, though. We're seeing a mixture of the low to mid-teens, and it's definitely feeling a lot colder than that as winds pick up this morning and continue throughout the day. So by the afternoon, expect a mixture of the 20s and low 30s. With feels like temperatures easily making it feel like the upper teens and low 20s. So wear those layers all day long. You're definitely going to need them. Here's a look at temperatures throughout the next several hours. We'll hit that high around 3 o'clock. Again, that'll be in a mixture of the 20s and low 30s. McKinley.
Thank you, Megan. And thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, from elementary school to college, school safety is a top concern in the U.S. in Meridian, Mississippi. They're investigating in high-tech security to make kids feel safe.